We spend so much time obsessing over how to get to that first $1 million invested. We read about it, we strategize for it, we dream about it. But what almost nobody talks about is what actually happens the moment you cross that line. And let me tell you, it's so much more than just a number. It's the point where the actual rules of money, the math, the psychology, and your entire relationship with your own life just fundamentally change.
This number, this right here is the threshold. It's the point where the game you've been playing, the one about hustling and accumulating and saving, it flips completely on its head. It's kind of like training for a marathon your whole life with no idea what happens to your body the second you cross the finish line. Well, today, we're going to explore exactly what happens after you finish that race.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to walk through the 4 huge transformations that happen when you cross this incredible milestone, from the raw math of your money to the very way you think about your future and even your family.
Okay, let's kick things off with the math, because this is where everything starts to feel completely, almost unbelievably different. This is the moment your wealth stops being some far-off goal and starts being a powerful engine working for you right now.
Look, when you have, say, $10,000 invested, a 7% return is nice. It's an extra $700 a year. Cool. At $50,000, it's about $3,500 bucks. Definitely helpful, but you're still completely chained to your paycheck, right? But at $1 million, at that exact same, pretty conservative 7% return, the numbers become just absurdly, powerfully in your favor.
I want you to just let this number sink in for a second. $70,000 a year. That's more than the median household income in the entire United States, and it's being generated without you lifting a finger. It's a full-time professional salary that just shows up whether you get out of bed or not. Think about what it takes for a person to actually earn that same 70 grand. They've got to wake up early, commute, deal with office politics, hit deadlines, and trade over 2,000 hours of their one precious life every single year. Your $1 million portfolio, it does the exact same thing while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're playing with your kids. It never gets tired, and it never, ever complains.
And this right here really gets to the heart of it. $1 million is the threshold where, for most of us, your capital begins to decisively outperform your labor. You've essentially hired an army of dollar bills that work for you around the clock forever.
And check this out. That machine, it never stops. In fact, it actually accelerates. The journey to your first million might take 15, maybe 20 years of grinding. But because of the magic of compounding, your second million will probably show up in about 10. And your fourth? Just a few more after that. The machine builds on itself in a way that's almost impossible to truly grasp when you're just starting out.
Okay, so the math is one thing. But now let's talk about the psychological pivot, because this is the shift that catches almost everyone completely off guard. You see, the mindset that gets you to $1 million is not the one that's going to help you keep it.
Before you hit this mark, you're a hunter. Your mindset is all about accumulation, right? Your strategy is pure offense. Earn more, save more, take risks to get that high growth. The goal is simple: get rich. But the second you cross that line, your entire identity has to shift. You have to become a guardian. The mindset flips to preservation. The strategy becomes defense, and the goal changes from getting rich to staying rich.
To really understand this shift, let's make it feel real. We've all seen market corrections on the news, but the feeling of that volatility changes completely when the numbers get this big.
So when you have $50,000 invested, a 10% drop means a $5,000 loss. Yeah, it stings, it's frustrating, for sure. But it feels kind of abstract, It's recoverable. It doesn't really threaten your fundamental sense of security. But now, look at the exact same 10% drop on a $1 million portfolio. That's a loss of $100,000. You could lose more money in a single bad week than a lot of people make in 2 full years. Suddenly, it is not an abstract number on a screen, it's a life-changing amount of money. This creates a profound and totally new kind of financial anxiety. You can literally wake up and your net worth has swung by $30,000 overnight. This is why people get obsessed, checking their accounts constantly. You start to realize that the aggressive, high-risk strategy that built your wealth could now be the very thing that destroys it in a flash. And this is why things like asset allocation and emotional discipline become absolutely non-negotiable.
And yet, here's the wild paradox. Despite this brand new anxiety, people who cross this threshold almost universally report feeling more fundamentally secure than they ever have before. So why is that? It's because you finally know you have a foundation.
You know that even if a storm hits, your financial house is built on bedrock, not on sand.
So this new foundation of security, it does something amazing. It completely rewrites your relationship with work and even with the financial system itself. It's not just about retiring someday in the distant future. It's about having real power right here, right now.
And this is the absolute heart of it. When your investments can cover your lifestyle, you stop operating from a position of financial desperation. Every single career decision transforms from a necessity for survival into a strategic choice you get to make.
Just imagine two people in the exact same job. One is terrified of their boss, can't risk speaking up because they need that paycheck. The other person walks in with this quiet confidence, knowing they could leave tomorrow and be totally fine. That's the power you gain. You can walk away from a toxic job without a second thought. You can negotiate for a huge raise with the calm assurance of someone who doesn't need the job. This isn't retirement, it's a career superpower.
But the changes go way beyond just your career. Crossing that $1 million mark also unlocks doors in the financial world that are legally sealed shut to most people. You get access to a club with a very specific entry requirement, becoming what's known as an accredited investor.
Hitting this threshold is like getting a key to the VIP room of investing. All of a sudden, opportunities in private equity, in hedge funds, in exclusive real estate deals, they become available to you. These are legally off limits to the general public because, frankly, they're riskier. But for those who can afford to take that risk, they also offer the potential for much, much higher returns. It's one of the big structural reasons the rich get richer. They simply get to play a different game.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most profound change of all. Once your own security is locked in, your time horizon, the way you see the future, it just expands way beyond your own life.
Before $1 million, your focus is, and it has to be, on yourself. Securing your own finances, funding your own retirement. But after, once that machine is running and growing faster than you can possibly spend, your thinking naturally shifts. You start thinking about your children's foundation, and maybe even their children's foundation. You start thinking in generations.
You're not just managing your savings account anymore. You become the steward of a financial engine that can outlive you. And this is the point where financial planning transforms from a personal goal into this profound act of legacy and of love. It's about building something that truly lasts.
Now, I know this all might sound super inspiring, but maybe it also feels a little distant. So let's bring it back down to earth and ground this in a practical, achievable plan. Because getting to this point isn't about luck. It's just about math and discipline. The path to $1 million isn't magic. If you invest $1,000 a month at an average 8% return, you'll get there in about 25 years. If you can push that up to $5,000 a month, you can do it in just over a decade. You see, the key variable isn't some secret stock pick, it's the gap you can create between what you earn and what you spend, invested consistently over time. That's it.
If you take one thing away from this today, please let it be this. Don't think of it as saving money, think of it as hiring. Every single dollar you invest is a tiny employee that you're hiring to work for you for free for the rest of your life, and it will never ever quit.
The person you're going to be on the other side of that $1 million mark, the guardian, the steward, the person with total career freedom, they're waiting for you. But they can't do the work for you now. That machine, it doesn't build itself. So the only real question left is, when are you going to start?